Well, the weather outside is weather. All right, here we go. What's going on, YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video, and I'm just checking in on you. How you doing? What's going on? Now, today is May 30th, and this is going to be your weekly vendor resets and must-buys. So sit back, relax, grab that popcorn, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. But we will start our video here in Washington, D.C., and then we will finish up in New York City. Our very first vendor is going to be right here at the base of Ops. I hope you enjoy. Now, starting here at the top, we have the Mechanical Animal. Now, this is the named assault rifle with future perfection. Now, this one also comes with reload speed. Then we have a converted SMG-9 with swap speed and perpetuation. A military AKM with damage targets at a cover and flatline. Wow. Wowie wooey. I'm going to pick that one up. That one's not bad with the damage targets at a cover and flatline. Flatline, remember, is that amplified damage to all pulsed enemies. And the military AKM has the long underbarrel rail that you can put the linked laser pointer from the technician specialization on. And then all you have to do is aim your weapon, it'll pulse them, and then you get that amplified damage for free. All right, then we have a snub-nosed Diceros with ignited and optimal range. For the gear items, we have Badger Tough backpack with creeping death, weapon handling, and explosive resistance. And then Overlord armament chest piece with tag team, weapon handling, and explosive resistance. Looking at the mods, crit hit damage 10%, drone scan range 7.8, turret plus 1 extra sniper, and sticky bomb burn duration of 4%. Now, must-buys, things to look for from the base of Ops vendor. The military AKM is a good one to check out. That's about it, really. All right. Now, our next two vendors are going to be both in Washington, D.C. and New York City, but I'm going to show you them now. That way we can skip over them once we hit New York City. But I'm talking about the Countdown vendor and the Clan vendor. So here we are with the Countdown vendor. All right, so the three named items you can get this week from the Countdown vendor: the White Death, which is a named marksman rifle with 137% headshot damage. Now, this is a must-buy. Reason being is it has the max headshot, it has the max damage to armor, and the marksman rifle damage is good enough to where you could optimize it in a few rolls. However, this is all about recalibrating the talent future perfect off for whatever it is you want, whether it be Ranger or whatever with the White Death. But you could have a lot of fun with this. I even know a lot of people that are using the White Death with that new headshot one. Oh man, what is it called? With the Prophet. I'll think about it later. Anyways, the White Death, it's here with max armor damage. Check it out while you still can. And then we have another must-buy, the Strategic Alignment. Now, this is the named Chinalite backpack with perfect shock and awe. But what makes this a must-buy is it has the two attributes you already want on this build. You have max skill damage, and then you have status effects. Now, you could easily just recalibrate the status effects for whatever it is you want. Max skill haste, more status effects if you want to max that out, whatever it is. But using this is really fun with, like, say, a seeker mine or the mortar turret or something that, you know, explodes but also creates a status effect, you know, like bleed. And this is a perfect contender for that. Definitely pick it up if you want. The perfect shock and awe is so easy to proc. Think of it this way, right? You could have a stinger hive and a sticky bomb, right? And then as soon as your stinger hive hits one person, you get perfect shock and awe for 27 seconds. Pick up the hive, and for 27 seconds, you can shoot and kill anybody with that sticky bomb with a one-hit kill, having that perfect shock and awe enabled. And then we have the Grudge. This is the named Banshee SMG with Perfect Vindictive. And this one is also a good pickup. It comes with damage targets at a cover. All three of these are great named items. For this one, keep the damage targets out of cover, just recalibrate the SMG damage to max, and then just optimize the crit chance and damage targets out of cover later on. But this is a great SMG to use as well. Wow, all three of those were good at the countdown vendor. I hope the clan vendor has something similar, but we'll see. Wow, that countdown vendor was on fire. Now, if you haven't already, hit the thumbs up, support the channel by subscribing, and a big shout out to the DoD Disciples of Doom. We are on all platforms, so if you want to get in on the action, just add me or message me on Xbox, or join the Discord for PlayStation and PC. All right, here we go. Clan vendor, let's go.
Something particular I can help you find?
Starting off with the Baker's Dozen. This is the named M1A with perfect lucky shot, and it comes with headshot damage. For the gear set items, we have a True Patriot chest piece with decent armor and status effects. That's a good one. Just recalibrate the status effects off for whatever attribute you want, and that is a good template to start off with. Ongoing directive chest piece with weapon handling. Again, decent core attributes, so you could just recalibrate that weapon handling off for whatever it is you want, and that's a good one to pick up as well. And then finally, hardwired gloves with weapon handling. Now looking at the high-end items, we have a PX4 Storm Type T with preservation and crit chance, followed by a Model 700 with max damage targets out of cover and flatline. Dang. But it does not have a long underbarrel rail, so you cannot utilize the linked laser pointer. But still, having interesting. Next up, we have a SASG 12 with max armor damage, crit chance, and strained. And then finally, a military G36 with rate of fire and measured. Interesting. With rate of fire and measured. Yo, I bet that thing smacks. I'm going to try that out with like some striker. For the gear items, yo, this is a great backpack, but it has tech support on it. Damn. If you have the materials, and this is a big if you have the materials, pick up this backpack, recalibrate the tech support off for like vigilance or whatever it is you want, and then you're going to have to optimize that weapon damage. But the max headshot and the near max crit hit damage, I mean, those are really, really strong attributes. So it might be worth it if you have the materials to optimize. Then we have a 511 backpack with, again, tech support, but this time with explosive resistance and headshot. And then finally, we have a Araldi Holdings holster with weapon handling and repair skills. Looking at the mods, we have crit hit damage 10.4, Hive Health 8.5, Skill Haste 10.4, and drone damage of 4.5. Now, must-buys, things to look for from the clan vendor. The True Patriot chest piece isn't bad, decent core attribute. The ongoing directive chest piece isn't bad, decent core attribute. The Model 700 has max damage targets out of cover, but that flatline is useless. The military G36 is interesting with that measured and rate of fire. Interesting. The Providence defense with max headshot and near max crit hit is nice, but that core attribute is so damn low. And then that's it. All right. So we are officially done with the base of ops. Let's start traveling around. We're gonna start west, and then we'll double back to the east. Now our first stop is gonna be the campus settlement. Here we go. Run! Run! There we go. Run, run, run. All right.
Come here and take a look.
Campus
You like
settlement.
what you see?
Big money, big money, big money. The new reliable. This is the named RPK with perfectly optimized. Comes with swap speed and max damage targets at a cover. Then we have a custom M44 with armor damage and preservation, followed by a classic RPK with armor damage and fast hands. Looking at the gear items, we have a Habsburg Guard mask with hazard and skill haste, and then a Uzina holster with hazard and skill haste again. Looking at the mods, we have skill duration 8.5, chem launcher skill haste 5.7, hive +4 repair charges, pulse skill haste of 4.8, and trap duration of 5.9. Now, must buys things to look for at the campus settlement. Not really.
Glad we could make a deal.
All right, the campus was kind of a bust, but let's head to our Dark Zone vendors, shall we? Starting with Dark Zone West. West. All right. Now remember, for each of these Dark Zone vendors, they only take DZ resources. So if you do not have DZ resources, you will not be able to buy anything. So to double check your resources, go to your inventory, toggle over to the resource tab, and just above your keys are going to be your Dark Zone resources. Now, for example, right here, I'm sitting at 707 out of 999. So I do have a little bit to spend, but if I run out, I'm going to have to go back into the Dark Zone and get some more DZ resources. But regardless, let's go over here, DZ West, and let's see. Big money, no whammies.
Are you looking for something in particular?
Okay. Starting with the Calibre. The Calibre is the named shotgun with perfect jazz hands, and it comes with swap speed. Calibre. Then we have a double barrel shotgun with crit hit damage and sadist, and then a LVOAC with crit chance and strained. Looking at the gear items, we have striker gloves with skill damage, Eclipse knee pads with crit chance, Heliguard gloves with crit chance and health, and then 511 knee pads with max skill haste and hazard protection. Looking at the mods, we have burn resistance 8.5, Seeker Mine radius 4.2, shield damage bonus 4%, firefly speed 8.3, and decoy duration of 6.0. Now, must buys from Dark Zone West. Not really. Not really. All right, let's get out of here. Now we're going to take our talents down south. We're going down south, boys. The deep south. Let's go. I hope you pack light, because it's going to get hot. I don't know. I'm trying some new things. It didn't really work. I didn't like that one. I'm going to go back to the little Nicky shit next week. All right, here we go. Dark Zone South. Here we go.
Nice to see you.
Starting with the Grudge. This is the second time seeing this weapon this week. But this one comes with max accuracy, so I would actually stay away from this one. Go for the other Grudge that is at the Countdown vendor. Then we have a M1928 with armor damage and a future perfect, followed by a SOCOM Mark 16 with optimal range and eyeless, and then a first wave PF45 with determined. That was the talent I was thinking of. Determined on that White Death. Duh. But anyways, this pistol comes with determined and armor damage. Looking at the gear items, we have a hardwired backpack with skill damage. That's good. A hardwired chest piece with repair skills. Not so good. A Providence. Yo, what? Okay. Pick this one up. This is a good Providence backpack. Just recalibrate the talent leadership off for another talent that you could actually enjoy. And that's it. You have crit hit damage, headshot damage, and max weapon damage. This is a good one to pick up. Better than that other Providence I showed you. So this is the new one to pick up. DZ South Providence backpack. And then we have a Badger Tough chest piece with health, skill damage, and tamper proof. Looking at the mods, we have headshot damage 7.4, drone duration 6.2, turret skill haste of 6.1, and sticky bomb blast radius of 4.7. Now, must buys things to look for at the DZ South vendor. The Providence backpack would be your best bet. All the rest of it is trash. All right. Now, before we go to our last Dark Zone vendor, we need to make a pit stop to the newest vendor, our Castle Settlement vendor. All right. All right. Let's run all the way over here to the Castle Settlement vendor. And if you haven't hit the thumbs up yet, what are you waiting on? Come on. We do this every week. And we try to help out everyone get all of their items as soon as they become available. All right, here we go. Castle Settlements. Booyah. Starting with the White Death. Now, this one comes with magazine size and sledgehammer. Next up, we have a SR1 with stability and in sync, and then a tactical M249 Para with armor damage and ranger. Looking at the gear items, we have a Sokolov Concern mask with weapon handling and status effects, and then a Providence Defense holster with crit chance and skill damage. Looking at the mods, we have Skill Haste 10%, Chem Launcher and Snare Duration 7.8, Hive Range 4.0, Pulse Cone Size of 6.2, and Trap Duration of 5.8. Now, must-buys, things to look for from the Castle Settlement. I would actually say no, nothing. Nada. Not one thing from the Castle Settlement. All right, and that brings us to our last Dark Zone vendor, Dark Zone East. Now remember, fast travel to the Alpha checkpoint, it is faster than fast traveling to the main entrance. Now, even though you hit a double loading screen right here, I promise you it is still faster to do it this way and just exit the checkpoint. Because if not, you're going to spawn way out there, and then you have to run all the way over here.
Access complete.
All right, here we go. DZ East, big money, big money, big money, no whammies.
Hi. Good to see you.
Okay. Starting with the Carnage. This is the named Negev LMG with Perfect Sadist. And this one, it comes with max headshot damage. Then we have the Relic. This is the newest named marksman rifle with Perfect Determined. And it comes with crit hit damage. And then finally, for the weapons, we have a classic RPK with swap speed and in sync. Looking at the gear items, we have a hardwired mask with weapon handling, True Patriot holster with skill damage, Badger Tough mask with repair skills and hazard, and then finally a Wyvern holster with health and headshot damage. Looking at the mods, we have repair skills 15.8, Chem Launcher skill haste 6.1, Hive +4 Stinger charges, Pulse radius of 8.6, and Trap duration of 5.9. Now, must-buys from DZ East, not really. Not really.
Thanks for the
Been kind of a bust this week for the Dark Zone vendors. All right. Now, our last stop here in Washington, D.C. is going to be the Theater Settlement. The Theater! The Theater! My good old Theater Settlement. Come on, man. Come on. This week's been a little bit of a letdown. Come on, hook me up. Hook me up.
Glad you're here.
And starting with the Firm Handshake. These are okay. So the Firm Handshake is the named Sokolov Concern gloves with status effects. Now this one also comes with skill damage, so you could easily put this on a skill build. Just recalibrate the weapon damage off for skill tier, and then you could use this with a SMG with the talent in sync. You do that, you'll get your skill damage, you'll get your extra skill damage from the in sync, and then you also have your status effects here. Next up, we have a Tactical SG-12 with health damage and pumped up. And then finally, a M1A CQB with magazine size and close and personal. Looking at the gear items, we have Araldi gloves with crit chance and hazard, and then Petrov knee pads with skill haste and repair skills. Looking at the mods, we have shock resistance 8.5, seeker mine damage 4.1, shield holstered regen of 4.1, firefly speed of 7.9, and decoy health of 6.0. Now, must-buys from the theater. The Firm Handshake isn't bad, and that's about it.
Thanks for the business.
All right. Now we are done with Washington, D.C. Let's take our talents to New York, New York. Here we go. Now we only have 2 vendors left. We have Marco at the top of the escalator, and then we have Roy Benitez just outside.
Safe area detected.
Here we go. All right, Marco, come on, hook me up, man, come on. And starting with the MP5 with swap speed and Ranger, followed by the Relic with Perfect Determined and swap speed. This one's not bad because you have a high marksman rifle roll, so you could easily just recalibrate the swap speed off for damage targets at a cover, damage to armor, something like that, and then you could utilize this weapon. It's not a bad weapon, really good for spamming bullets down range, and especially with Perfect Determined, as long as you're hitting those headshots, everything's going to die. Great weapon. Pick it up right now from Marco, the Relic. Next, we have a custom M870 with crit chance and flatline. This is going to be a must-buy for me. So Flatline on a custom M870 is amazing. This shotgun comes with a long underbarrel rail attachment, so you can put the link laser pointer on here and utilize that amplified damage from Flatline. The only thing I would say is recalibrate the crit chance off for damage targets at a cover, and then just optimize the shotgun and armor damage. But regardless, this thing is going to destroy with that amplified damage from Flatline, I'm telling you. These shotguns are insanely strong with Flatline. And then finally for the weapons, we have a snub-nosed Diceros with armor damage and spike. Looking at the gear items, we have a Alps backpack with status effects, repair skills, and calculated. A Golden Gear pair of knee pads with max armor for the core, hazard, and skill damage. Now what I would say right here is you could easily use this pair of knee pads for a armor region build. Now the reason being is you could recalibrate that skill damage off for the armor region, and then you could have a region hazard build, which is perfect for like things like the Dark Zone. Be like a tanky armor region, hazard protection build, you'd be damn near unkillable. And then finally for the gear items, we have a Uzina mask, and this time it comes with headshot and hazard with decent rolls. Now looking at the mods, we have headshot damage 7.0, incoming repairs 17.1, Seeker Mine +1 cluster, Chem Launcher damage 4.2, and Sticky Bomb blast radius of 4.9. Now must buys things to look for from Marco. The Relic is a good one. The custom M870 is a good one. And the Golden Gear knee pads, again, another good one to pick up. All right, and that is it. This leads us to our last vendor of today, and that is Roy Benitez. But first, make sure you interact with the dog, okay? Pet the dog, show him some love, or her. Show the dog some love, okay? Make sure the dog has some food, water, tail wagging, happy doggy. It's a good boy. Or a good girl, doesn't matter. All right, and for me, I'm going to interact twice. I want to see what he does. Here we go. Oop. Oh, you sat down. Look at you. Cute. All right, here we go. Roy Benitez. Starting with the PP19. Now, this one comes with accuracy and sadist. Then we have a stoner LAMG with optimal range and overwhelm, followed by a M1A CQB with health damage and spike, and then finally a card 45 with magazine size and sadist. Looking at the gear items, we have a Petrov backpack with protector, crit chance, and hazard protection. This one's not bad. If you want to optimize those attributes, you could recalibrate that talent protector off for something else, and you could easily utilize this with like a crit hazard type of build. Next up, we have a Seska pair of gloves with really good... This is a good pair of gloves. Pick these up. Now, the reason being is that weapon damage is one optimization away from max. It already comes with crit hit damage, so just recalibrate that skill haste off for max crit chance, and then you could put this on anything. You'd have crit chance from the brand set bonus, crit chance from the attribute, crit hit damage from the attribute, and a good weapon damage roll. I mean, these are good gloves to use. Most definitely check them out right meow at Roy Benitez. And then finally we have a Sokolov Concern mask with armor regen and skill damage. Looking at the mods, headshot 6.9, armor on kill 16k, drone damage of 4.3, firefly +1 max target, and decoy health of 6.0. Now, must-buys, things to look for from Roy Benitez. Check out the Petrov backpack and the Seska gloves.
Good working with you.
All right. And that's it, everyone. That concludes our weekly vendor reset and must-buys for today, May 30th. I am Kamikazevondoom. I hope you enjoyed. If you found this video helpful or informative in any way, shape, or form, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Support the channel by subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day, everyone. Peace.